Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So today we will be working on the Fury once again. Well, how much we're going to get done we're going to see. But today we're indoors, which I gotta say is nice. So the update on the Fury for today is that, well, one, it's inside for the first time in forever. Two, it's on a hoist. We were able to go under it and check it out. The underneath seems pretty solid, other than the aforementioned driver's floor pans. We already knew about those, but it's actually not as horrible as we thought. The structure for the seats is still perfectly intact under there. But, yeah, hole. Oh, right. And another gaping hole. On the plus side, we have picked up quite a few parts for her, which we're going to be putting in soon. So if you come towards the trunk, we now have a transmission. So this is a 47RE two-wheel drive. This is out of a 96 Ram 3500. And if you're wondering why we're putting a trans from a 3500 pickup in it, well, that's because the engine it came with, there's a rather large displacement V10 that's going to go in this. Yes, it is confirmed. We got an 8-liter V10 to stuff under the hood. Yeah, I just tripped over the exhaust we cut off. So yeah, we took the old exhaust off it because we have no use for that. But it is going to be going on Maple Street Garage's car. So that's going to be mated to his 440 whenever he gets that. Whereas for this thing, we are going to have to make our own custom exhaust. As I'm also sure you've all noticed, this car is still pretty dirty. We got evidence of rodents and stuff all throughout it from its time sitting in the fields. This fender is actually not original. This is off a different car. We found parts for that same car in the vehicle, but we don't know where that other car is. It's probably long gone. Would have been nice if we found an ownership. I technically would have had 2 of these things kicking around. But so for today, mostly what we're going to do is we're just going to, well, try and do a thorough clean on it. I don't really have a lot of time in shop today. There's no way we're going to be able to get the engine in. So the issue we're having with the V10 is it will not clear the power steering box. That is right in the way. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the box out. We're going to have to lose the drag link steering system. We're going to have to lose the factory motor mounts, which is this guy and this guy. Those are going to come right off. We're going to be switching to a rack and pinion power steering setup, which is going to be located about right back there. So we're going to mount it to the frame on either side, just behind where the drag link would normally be. So rumors I've been told is that a rack from an 05 to an 07 Charger will work. So I'm going to scour the junkyard, see if I can find one of those and make it work. But for the most part, the driveline we're pretty well set on. The engine and transmission setup came with the wiring harness, all the computers from the truck. We have the entire wiring harness from the headlights right to the firewall. So if I can get the interior harness for a second gen Ram, then we're in business. I'll just wire this whole thing as a second gen. As you can see, the interior of this thing, it's pretty dirty still. A lot of crap everywhere. So we're going to grab the vacuum and we're going to change that. Alright, so just finished vacuuming out the car, so there's no more evidence of rodents anywhere. Ironically, well, not ironically, I found about 12 mouse skeletons, a dead bird, quite a few nests. But those are all gone now. Also decided I was going to try and clean up the door panels a little bit, and I must say, they're quite happy with how they turned out. Just a quick wipe, the chrome came back quite nicely, all the vinyl is actually came back really nicely compared to how moldy it was before. Seats, same situation there. If I fold these back. Even the backs of the seats are cleaned up. Not sure if you remember from the first video or not, but when I showed these, they were just absolutely hideous. The rear bench cleaned up. Both side panels cleaned up. Also, while I was in there, I found a Amy Grant Christmas tape. See if that works in the truck, give that a listen. Found a speaker under one of the seats. Another set. What is this? It's an Amex. What's this say? Genesis by the pound, selling England. No idea what that is, but I'll give that a listen if it works. In the car. Let's see. Vacuumed out inside the glove box. Discovered that the rodents have eaten the top of my glove box, so I gotta see if I can source another one of those. If anyone knows someone who has one of those, please give me a link to them in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Steering wheel cleaned up nicely. Gauges I didn't really spend too much time on, as I'm probably going to have to take the entire thing out and do some customization on that. Mostly because I doubt the second gen wiring is going to be compatible with any of this. I would like to try and keep the old school radio in it, so I'm going to see what I can do about that. Keep that in it. Definitely going to add a CB radio to it. The other speaker still down there. All the mouse house is gone. Couple of small holes in the passenger side, nothing horrible. Driver's side is actually not as bad as I had initially thought. Should be able to repair that without cutting out the whole panel. Cleaned out the ashtray. It's pretty bad. I'd like to find a new cigarette lighter for this. I'm not sure where I would get one. Although they should be same between the A bodies, B bodies, and C bodies. I could be wrong. Again, gaping massive hole in the floor. My parking brake cable can be seen there. Part of the seat belt. Found the rest of the seat belts. They actually still exist. What else did I find in this? That's my screwdriver. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. So I did find this in the floor. I have no idea if, well, this is probably garbage, but I'll just keep it around for the looks of it. So I'll just put that back in there. Because those never caused a car fire. A couple of compression bands, those are always useful. Old All Maps Roadmaster Ontario Atlas. It's not in horrible shape. I can guarantee that this is probably all, well, this is definitely is horribly out of date, but it's a cool little piece. I might hold on to it, something with it. Maybe I'll do a giveaway, someone can grab it. Bunch of fuses. More fuses. I think this is a scraper for the windshield. If so, that's kind of pathetic. There's a bottle opener on it, so that's cool. Found a switch. Still works. Well, I don't know. Moves. Again, this was an under the carpet find. Another one. Identical. Found this one under the back seat. Radio cover. That might... don't think that's for the one there. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'll do with that. What's in this? Anything? Anything at all? No. Oh, hang on. Hey, I found the insurance. Dominion Group of Canada. Belonged... Oh, this was registered in Uxbridge. Cool. Last time this thing was on the road was '02, I'm told, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. I'm not entirely sure what these are. If anyone knows, again, just say in the comments what these are. Another road map from Texaco. I'm not sure if those guys are still around. I'm going to have to look into that now. And we have a Northern Ontario map, circa 1968. And it's actually in pretty good shape. It's got a little, actually, yeah, it's got a couple little nicks on it. Not sure if that's worth anything, but I think I'll probably keep that with the car. Just a nice piece of history to keep with it. Oh. That's cool. Old gold, yeah. So this must have been the original. Yeah, this is from when it was sold in '02. Okay. I'm going to keep that. What else we got here? Oh yeah, this is cool. So this is the original warranty information, owner's manual, all that. And it's all still in here. It's actually just about mint condition. I'll show you that here. Like, it's in perfect shape. I think in the back it's supposed to be important information. Well, there was a page somewhere that said where it was sold. I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's... one second. Customer care. Back of one of these. It's really hard to do with one hand. Oh, the thing's here. Dealer. Yep, this was originally sold in Alberta on February 21st, 1968. That is really cool. Yeah, so I'm going to put all that back in its case later. That is definitely staying with the car. What else have we got here? Another road map. Ontario, 1988 and 89. So it's a little rougher. Things don't really change that much. Also, I found I think this is a shoehorn. It's a door stop. What is this? Car lock lifter is what it says on it. Seriously? Oh, alright then. It's got a bunch of flowers on it. I found a hat. I'm not 40, I'm 18 with 22 years of experience. Okay, that's funny. I almost might have to keep that. What was this? Oh yeah, just a metal plaque of some kind. So this was part of a car club. Country Car Club Incorporated, 14th Annual Rodders Weekend, 1988. Hey, if those guys are still around, someone let me know. I think it'd be cool to bring this car out to one of their events, seeing as how was in their group back in the day. Moving away from the interior now, which again, I am really happy with how this turned out. That was a lot of scrubbing. I was worried I was going to have to take this out and have it all completely redone, but I'd like to use as much of the original interior as possible, and this is definitely a huge step in that direction. Alright, so moving to the engine bay. So we cleaned out all the animal activity. Inside this fender here was just packed full of pine cones. I'm amazed it's not rotted out. This side had a bird's nest in it, which is gone now. Washer fluid jug is garbage. I have to get a new one of those. Suppose I might. Well, someone told me that I should use a Jack Daniels bottle because I'm putting a ridiculous engine in this. I think I might, but that might also be too small. Power steering pump was supposedly done in 2001, when a year before the car was sold. So technically that's a new box, just been left to sit for a while. So I'm probably gonna try and sell that. If you're interested, hit me up in the comments. The brake lines in it were done as well. They were pretty good, and they're actually still not rotten, so I may run them for the first little bit. I don't know. Heater core, it actually did hold water when this had the engine in it. When I bought this car, there was a 318 sitting in here still, the original engine. The guy had bought it off of, he wanted the engine for another project, so he took all that and left me the harness. Well, he didn't really leave me the wiring harness, he took just about everything. I think that is the extent of the wiring harness he left me. Yep. Oh well, we're gonna have fun with it. As far as cooling goes, it looks like we should be able to put a dual core 440 rad in it. You could get these cars with a 440, which is great because that means the rad will just bolt right up. I don't have to mess around with that too much. Just gonna take the grill off, probably sandblast it, spray it so it doesn't rust anymore or rust again. And you can tell this is, well, one thing about old cars that you will always notice if someone's dailied them, there's always a bottle of oil hidden in behind the headlights. I think it's, what is this? 1040, 40, I don't know. There's still oil in it. That probably needs to be disposed of. But for now, live right there. I'm just going to ignore it. Well, that has been the update on the Fury. And actually, Maple Street Garage came up with an interesting name for it. He wants me to call this thing Frankenstein's Mopar. Because, well, we're putting a ridiculous freaking engine in it, a transmission that has no business being in this vehicle, and basically any part we can find we're throwing at it. So this is going to be custom and a half. I have a brake booster around here somewhere. Yeah, there's an AC compressor off the 8-liter. Whether or not we're going to use that or not is debatable. I'm probably not going to put AC in it just to make my life easier. That torque converter is bigger than my head. Like, look at the size of that thing. It's stupid. The transmission here, we're going to have it sent, well, I'm either going to try and rebuild it myself, or I'm going to do the intelligent thing, have it sent out bulletproofed, so the thing will withstand about 1,000 horsepower, but only run about 500 horse through it. More seat belts I found. There's some taillights in there, an old roadside light. Part of me wants to take this apart and see if I can get it to work, because, yeah, the switch is still free. Just don't know where the batteries go for it. Oh, we'll find out either way eventually. Also, I found a old set of spark plugs. There's a distributor rebuild kit there. There's an original coil. Well, I don't know if it's original to the car or not. Roadside jack, a few other things. We vacuumed out along the trunk liner here. Well, trunk seal. And I'm actually quite happy with it. It's not rotted through any... Oh, hiccups, excuse me. It's not rotted through anywhere. A little bit of corrosion there, but nothing I'm really worried about. Trunk seam is quite solid as well. Rockers, well, not the rockers, the quarters are just... Oh yeah, these are going to be the most fun part of the whole car. The floors in this, but that's really the extent of the bodywork. Yeah. She's coming, guys. Sorry about being so long getting a video out to you. It just a little COVID, trying to work, finding time for the project car doesn't really take priority when I want it to, unfortunately. But oh yeah, It was up here. Found a, who makes this? AC Delco. It's a fender cover for so when you're working on a car you don't end up scratching it up. So I'm going to see if I can clean this up and actually use it, because I always wanted one of these things, but they cost so stinking much. Snap-on, like what the hell, $300 for one of these? No. And cup holders, because you always need cup holders. Actually, I think this might be the charger for the roadside thing. Maybe. I'll see if that works. I got a brake rebuild kit up there, so I've got a new master cylinder for it. I have the wheel cylinders for the rear wheels. I'm going to leave it drum in the rear for now, and I am ordering a front disc conversion, so I'm going to show you guys that when it shows up and maybe do a tutorial on how to install it. I love how nicely that door shuts. Keep tripping over Zach's freaking exhaust, my old exhaust. It's going to be too small for the fire-breathing V10 that's going to be occupying this space. I'm going to have a Fury with a V10. I think I'm the only one stupid enough on the face of this planet to have done this so far. I've heard of guys putting the Viper V10s and stuff, but I don't think anyone's put the the truck V10 in an old muscle car. Actually, does this count as a muscle car? I'm going to count it as a muscle car. Alright. I know I said it was the end of the video a while ago, but this is now officially the end. I will see you guys next time when we start either working on bodywork, motor mounts, or we decide to finally do the rack and pinion steering conversion. I will see you then.